On this episode of Turnstile, we're visiting Knoxville, Tennessee to experience a one-of-a-kind hotel and the site of the 1982 World's Fair.
It's gonna be epic. Barry the Bear, and he recommends Saloon 16 for your libations at night and Poindexter's in the morning for your coffee.
Hi guys,
Hi.
It's time to check out the Graduate here in Knoxville, Tennessee, which is, I'm told it's starkly different.
Oh, I can't wait to see what it looks like.
It's gonna be very different, but still a very, very cool hotel with just a different flavor than the one we experienced in Nashville.
You can tell already by the sign.
So let's go check it out.
Come on in, y'all.
What can we expect from staying at this hotel?
Well, this one seems to be sport themed. Check out the artwork on the wall.
See a lot of dogs too.
I do.
Got a dog here on the lamp.
Yeah, check out this wallpaper. Got your hunting dogs.
If you like puppers like us,
Uh-huh.
you'll dig this, but still it's just a beautiful, beautiful bathroom.
Tell me what that is. Is that the Sunsphere?
Oh, look. Well, this is a custom
Uh-huh.
wallpaper, because if you look real close, the Sunsphere inside his pupper's mouth. At the Nashville hotel, we had a very, very awesome view of the city. What's our view here?
Well, I'm really excited because we're gonna actually do this later. You can see down there is the saloon.
We got a saloon off the back of our room.
So we're gonna check that out for sure. Who wants to check out Saloon 16? Pew, 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 pew.
So I'm sipping down a Tennessee tiki, which is a tiki drink inspired by the state of Tennessee. And it's pretty tasty. But we're hanging out at Saloon 16, which is really an old-fashioned saloon in the back of our really fancy hotel. It looks really, really cool. And at number 16, it comes from Peyton Manning's number when he went to the University of Tennessee. And you'll see a ton of memorabilia around here. It's all dedicated to this idea of his nickname, which was the Sheriff. And they really outdid themselves. Again, totally different feel than the other Graduate hotel that we went to over in Nashville, but still really cool. Has its unique flavor, but still something that, you know, it's fun to check out and fun to get nostalgic about. They really, really did an outstanding job with this hotel, and I think we mentioned it in the last video, or we mentioned it in our last segment when we were over in Nashville. All these hotels are located somewhere near a prominent college, and that's why they're called the Graduate Hotel. So really, really impressed by this franchise, and I'm hoping to see more of them in the future. So I ordered one of my favorites, the po' boy, and Marcy at the Saloon ordered
The Saloon Cobb, a beautiful Cobb salad.
You love your vegetables and lettuce.
Mm-hmm.
It's tasty. So one of the wildest things about this place, in the back of the saloon, in the back of the hotel, Peyton Manning's private room.
It's like this cozy little lounge.
And they were nice enough to let us grab our drinks and hang out. Peyton Manning's private room, and I'll take some shots of it so you guys can see how cool this is. It's, how would you describe it, Marcy? It's still got kind of that rugged look that you see from the saloon.
It does. It's woodsy. It's got wood paneling. It's lots of browns, lots of warm colors. Look at all this. It's plaid, unplaid, unplaid. It's plaid everywhere.
Oh man, I love it. And,
like you feel like if you were to close the doors to the saloon, like you're in a basement or something.
I definitely encourage you guys, if you do get out to Knoxville, check out the Graduate.
Yeah, I love the laid back feel.
But also, you don't have to be at the hotel to experience the saloon. And if you see those double doors open, peek inside, because you're going to check out Peyton Manning's man cave, his private sitting room here at the Graduate Hotel. Check out this really cool mural plastered to the side of the Graduate in Knoxville. I thought it was super, super cool. Kind of showcases some amazing kind of identifiable moments, identifiable figures, and iconic things about Knoxville, Tennessee. And I don't know. I love it. They got the college colors in there. I just think it's a really cool mural up there. I think it's amazing. I think it's awesome. I think it's wonderful. One thing Marcy and I have thoroughly enjoyed is the amount of Dolly Parton you encounter.
It's kind of like a scavenger hunt.
It really is. There's a Dolly Parton scavenger hunt throughout the state of Tennessee. So Knoxville is located just about 2.5 hours. Was it 2.5 hours
3
from
hours,
Nashville?
yeah, depends on traffic.
And I have to say, we've already stepped out. We're in, is it Market Square?
I think so.
Market Square in Knoxville. And
That's
just
great.
immediate impression, it's gorgeous. Like if this is what the whole city is like, it's very clean, it's very beautiful. One of the most beautiful cities I've ever stepped foot in. And so far I have to say I'm pretty impressed. So I guess originally, when this was served at the 1982 World's Fair, it would be served, they take all the fixings and put it in a bag of Fritos. So you open up the bags, stick in there. I've seen people do that nowadays, so I guess,
They do.
again,
Food to go.
again, it sits in that kind of comfort food zone.
It's warm. And then it's got like the cooling stuff on top with the sour cream. It's delicious. So I got the original. Which is right, it's like Fritos, chili, cheese, tomatoes, sour cream. Okay, I think I got a little bit of everything. It might just be like the most perfect food.
It's crazy because, I mean, if you think about it, the Knoxville's World's Fair was in 1982. So that means this place, this business, 40 years old. That's nuts. They've been doing it for a while and the food is tasty, so.
I had to get some more tea.
Wait, how about a fair? Not just a county fair, not just a Europe fair, but a World's Fair. The World's Fair in Knoxville, Tennessee. Keep reading. The Hungarians have built a giant motorized Rubik's Cube, and the fair symbol is the Sunsphere, which sits atop a 266-foot-tall steel shaft. What's inside? An information desk. Cool.
If you never go anywhere else in your life, you've got to be at the 1982 World's Fair in Knoxville, Tennessee. Fabulous pavilions from Saudi Arabia, the People's Republic of China, France, Italy, Great Britain, Mexico, the spectacular Sunsphere, IMAX theater on the world's largest screen, international entertainment, Japan's Kabuki theater, a world full of excitement. The 1982 World's Fair, you've got to be there.
What strikes me off the bat so far is that this fairground is much more clean, much more well kept than the one in Flushing Meadows. Much
It's
more
still used, right?
Still used. They
Yeah.
still use it for stuff. But sometimes when you see these World's Fairs, they're very much like almost like when you see the Olympics move to a place
Just
somewhere.
remnants that are left.
Just remnants. But here you do have remnants. But man, oh man, they're keeping this history alive. And certainly this is about 40 years old. Flushing Meadows is about 60 years old. So there's a time difference there. But still, in 40 years, a lot can happen. And this is super freaking cool. You were saying before,
I just think it's cool. Like, it's not the biggest structure ever, but the fact that you can see it from so many different points across the city here is really neat. You can see it from the road over there when we were pulling in. You can see it from the town back there where we were hanging out. So it's really impressive.
so right above Marcy, another view of the Sunsphere behind the amphitheater, which also was here, right, Marcy?
That's right.
That was
it's one of
here.
the original things for the World's Fair.
Marcy just pointed out that all these flags out here, located just across from the Sunsphere, these would have been flags of the different nations that were involved in the 82 World's Fair in Knoxville, Tennessee. So Marcy and I are taking in the view from the Sunsphere. I think this is the fourth floor of the Sunsphere. They let you do a little guided tour, you walk for yourself. $5 to get up here, a piece, and you get to stand in one of the structures this is a tower built for the World's Fair, and there's only a few of these that were really towers that were built for the World's Fair. Obviously, the Eiffel Tower
You're right.
and the Seattle Space Needle, two great examples. The Sunsphere sits and is one of those great towers built for a World's Fair. Plus, it is an emblem of energy and represents the sun. So very cool to be up here. I'm so excited to experience something that is a World's Fair item.
And that's
World's
something
Fair
that you can
experience.
still do.
Yes, that you can still do and
That's so
relive
here.
history. That's so cool. So one more thing that was a big deal in the 80s.
the Rubik's Cube. This is a giant Rubik's Cube that was at the 1982 World's Fair here in Knoxville. And I didn't think I couldn't find it. I didn't know where it was. And here it is, this nice gentleman here let us come in and get a shot of this awesomely huge Rubik's Cube. What do you think, Marcy? You ever seen a Rubik's Cube this big?
I have not. But you can see it's pretty simple construction, you know?
So walking around the space, around the World's Fair Park, Marcy found something she was looking for. What'd you find?
So it's a Rachmaninoff statue. Let's see.
A Rachmaninoff.
Last concert, 17th February 1943, Knoxville, Tennessee.
And this is in just a very, very pretty, shaded, full of trees, beautiful area of the World's Fair Park.
Here for the World's Fair. It says put in 2003.
Relatively new. Just a beautiful, beautiful park to be hanging around with. And it's small, but there are things to discover. So Marcy and I are leaving the World's Fair Park now, onward to another adventure in Tennessee. Now before you leave, do us a huge favor, click that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to Retro Spectrum so you don't miss a single episode of Turnstile.